Russian authorities have released details of 5 devastating new weapons which Vladimir Putin, who yesterday was invited by the White House to Washington, says are invincible to NATO's defenses. Broadcast by Moscow's defense ministry on Russian state media, the videos include footage of the Poseidon nuclear submarine, a hypersonic guided missile, which can be fired into the Earth's atmosphere, and a fighter jet releasing a missile which ignites and accelerates into the distance. The accelerating missile is called Kinzhai and has been tested at least 12 times, and Russian President Putin has called it an ideal weapon, which travels at up to 10 times the speed of sound, making it unstoppable for NATO's defenses. Several Kinzhai missiles can be carried by a Tu-22 M3 fighter jet, which increases the missile's range from 1,200 miles to over 1,800 miles. Kinzhai missiles, which take their name from a type of double-edged dagger, add to growing fears of a nuclear arms race between Russia and the West. However, U.S. defense officials have downplayed the threat of the new weapons. U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis said, "I saw no change to the Russian military capability, and each of these systems that he's talking about that are still years away, I do not see them changing the military balance." Former Defense Secretary William Perry said the fanfare around these new weapons on the part of the Russian government was mainly for President Putin to contribute to his image both at home and on the world stage. Mr. Putin has consistently pushed back against international pressure for Russia to de-escalate their nuclear programs. He said, "To those who in the past 15 years have tried to accelerate an arms race and seek unilateral advantage against Russia, have introduced restrictions and sanctions that are illegal from the standpoint of international law aiming to restrain our nation's development, including in the military area, I will say this, everything you have tried to prevent through such a policy has already happened. No one has managed to restrain Russia." The U.S. has also expanded their nuclear capabilities. A Pentagon policy document said, "Our strategy will ensure Russia understands that any use of nuclear weapons, however limited, is unacceptable." Both Russia and the U.S. are signed up to the new Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, New START, which stated they had to reduce their number of strategic missile launchers by half. Russia tries to dispel doubts about new weapons arsenal that would render U.S. missile defenses ineffective. Russia is trying to dispel doubts that Vladimir Putin was bluffing when he bragged about a new generation of weapons that he said will render U.S. missile defenses ineffective. Russia is trying to dispel doubts that Vladimir Putin was bluffing when he bragged about a new generation of weapons that he said will render United States missile defenses ineffective. 3 days after the Russian president's meeting with his American counterpart Donald Trump, when the leaders announced no developments in talks on a pair of nuclear arms treaties, the Defense Ministry in Moscow released the first footage meant to suggest it's making progress in building up its new arsenal. The videos, published on the ministry's Facebook page on Thursday, purport to display 6 weapons systems in total, from a maneuverable intercontinental hypersonic missile to a nuclear-powered cruise rocket. When Putin first rolled out the arms program 4 months ago, it wasn't clear how many of them actually existed or how far along their development was. During Putin's March speech, most of the videos were computer animation, said Igor Korotkenko, head of the Center for Analysis of World Arms Trade in Moscow, but now it's about the real thing? Unveiling the weapons during his annual address, Putin described them as Russia's response to the U.S. decision in 2002 to pull out of the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty and develop its global defense shield. With ties between Russia and the U.S., roiled by allegations of Kremlin meddling in the 2016 United States presidential elections, Putin played videos of warheads targeting what appeared to be a map of Florida but said the goal wasn't to threaten anyone. Strategic balance? Russia's growing military might is a reliable guarantee of peace on our planet because it ensures the strategic balance in the world, Putin said at the time. One of the new videos purported to demonstrate a submarine drone in an assembly plant, known as Poseidon. It is said to be capable of attacking ships or coastal cities, Burevestnik, or Petrol, A nuclear-powered cruise missile was shown near a banner that congratulates Russia's national team on reaching the quarter-finals of the Soccer World Cup. Other clips included what the ministry said was a launch test of the Vanguard intercontinental hypersonic missile and showed weapons including the new Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile, the air-to-surface Dagger missile and a laser system called Peresvit, which was described as already in service. The videos tried to show that work on the weapons is progressing, said Anton Leverov, an independent military analyst, but they don't prove that these arms will be functional soon. He said,